Let me check the audio. Let me check the audio and let me bring that energy up, because it's way down. It's way down. No, it's way up. It's way up. Up, 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 up. Oh, I can see the green light. That's the first good sign. Bear with me. Bear with me. Yay! I'm there, and I look tired as fuck. I am tired as fuck. What's up, guys? It's Friday. It's tea time with Alex. It's time to evaluate and learn from mistakes, insights, and all that shit. That's what I do here every Friday during this live stream. However, I haven't checked the audio yet. That is a key component during this live stream. Oh, I can hear myself. Love that. However, this day is special due to the fact that this is the sort of kind of first day off on my 5-week vacation. I will be working from home today. I have an interview to write, but still I'm not biking to work. My super duper intense period is for now over. I've been really pushing myself to the edge lately, like working 50, 60-hour weeks, plus 10 hours of biking, plus daily video editing and uploading. Because I have been doing rejection therapy challenges this is the 18th day, but today I haven't done anything. So I'd say 17 days in a row I have done, videotaped, edited, put out a rejection therapy challenge. However, I try to use the new format Instagram TV, so all those videos are over there. I'm realizing now that has been a strategic mistake, but it also made me put up all this volume. So the videos are over there. I put a link down there. I will, however, do the edit. I will go through the process and re-render and put them on YouTube. What it did enable me to do was to actually do this. The whole Instagram TV thing, doing daily rejection therapy challenges. The thing that, this is a new platform, made me initiate this whole project and take it a bit seriously. Let's do a daily video about it. And I lowered the quality, so it did have some benefits of only putting them there. My voice is a bit down because I actually have a sore throat. First day of the vacation, I guess my body is realizing it has time to heal itself, or just crack down before healing itself. Of course, my tea will serve me today. I can't say that, of course. Don't be so hard judging on yourself. Okay, enough rambling. Let's point out. Let's just tell you how the structure of this video is going to be. Not going to drag on for too long. I'm going to try really hard not to repeat myself. I have worked out a strategy. I am, due to the feedback I've got, I'm really trying to not mess these up. Feedback more of that kind is appreciated. I want to learn. I want to gain insights, and that I do through feedback, which kind of brings me to the topic of the week. But first off, I'm gonna go through the learnings and insights I've gotten through these rejection therapy challenges this week, and also this is insights I've taken from the book Rejection Proof, G.I. Young, 100 Days of Rejection. He outlines some tips for how to take on these kinds of challenges. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. And I'm going to start it off in the whole mindset thing, with the mindset that you are determined to be a specific way, or more I should say, the mindset that when you get in a specific mood or state, you are determined to stay in that place. It's like, okay, I feel sluggish right now. That means I can't do shit. That's that has had a whole lot of my attention and focus this week, like proving myself wrong, like this isn't the case. And I must say, this a whole lot of this focus I can attribute to Rejection, the guy who has sort of pushed me, has given me some feedback. I know he thinks I'm still not doing enough, but that is also good for me to push myself even further. Okay, he watched my videos. He said, "You're not doing enough. You have so much more within. Really, just embrace, fake it till you make it. Be confident. Just go in there and do it." And I initially like, yeah, I'm taking it on my. I'm trying to get there. I can't rush it. I mean, I have to work up these skills. That was like the initial reaction to that. And then I kind of like, but maybe he's right. Maybe I can just switch on that mood and go there in an instant. So that was the Sunday video. I went out to really take this theory to the test. And what I've learned is that I so have this ability within. I mean, a whole lot of it comes down to like me having skills, or I say the skills, my social skills and such, that has more to do with like the outcome, but my ability to enjoy it and just have fun with it, that's the mindset. But they also goes hand in hand. As I do these things more and more, I'm realizing that it is just all in my head, and that makes me have more fun with it. One of the things that Yakin told me to do, which I really have a hard time with taking in, and I'm not sure I'm gonna take it in, is that I should be more of a douchebag. Like you can be ruthless, you can be a guy that just speaks his heart like all in and not consider people to that extent, or maybe that's just the way I'm interpreting it in order not to do it. But to like approach girls and be like very, I don't know, I think it's a balance in how you do it, because I can be really ironic and like funny and have an easiness to it, but I am realizing I am super polite. I'm a bit too polite. It makes me come off like a bit insecure due to asking for permission. And I think this is more what Jakin is trying to hit on, that I need to just be more assertive. I think assertive is the word I'm looking for, at least. And analyzing my videos, I see that I need to bring up my level of assertiveness. I go in saying, "Excuse me," and that creates a kind of atmosphere initially, like, yeah, this is a bit of an insecure guy. However, I know I can compensate with being a happy, joyful, entertaining guy as well. And I think it's also has a lot to do with context. If I start to talk to an old lady, I think that approach has much more impact, a better impact when I go into it with that kind of attitude. And but if it's a really good-looking girl that perhaps are used to having guys and people just talking, approaching them all the time, the more assertive, a bit more ruthless approach I for sure think is appropriate. And that is one of my focus areas. I need to be working on being more context dependent, adjusting, deciding on how I read the situation. So I think that's what's gonna lie more ahead, trying to be a bit more ruthless and not ruthless. Take this right. I'm not gonna be a jackass. That's not who I am. It's not my values, beliefs, and goals doesn't align with that kind of attitude. But I for sure can be or ironic and a bit hard, and that sense of humor is me. So that's what I'm going to try to take out more in the right situations. But what I want to say with all this, that was just the start of it actually, but Jackin, thank you so much for pushing me. I really needed this, needed that. I still need it, and I am benefiting from it, because this mindset shift, which is the biggest insight of the week. My first tip for how to take on this journey of being comfortable with uncomfortable, daring to fight or face your fears, taking it to the next level. I think it starts with changing your mindset. Don't take these things too serious. You have that level of self-amusement, that you see the humor in it. And this is so hard when you haven't done it, because you feel vulnerable. You feel like, I'm putting myself out there. I'm gonna go talk to this girl, and she's gonna laugh at me. She's gonna judge me. And when you have that mindset, it will hurt, because you're invested in the outcome. It's like, yeah, what she says to me, it's gonna emotionally put me off balance. But I think the only way, if you're not some kind of Superman, the only way to embrace this mindset is to get the experience over and over again that this isn't the case. And even when it is the case, when people are rude and people are putting you down, then you have to realize that, yeah, it's just one tiny person in this big world. If I'm not creating some kind of turbulence, if I'm not creating some strong emotions within people, I'm just blunt. I'm just not putting myself out there enough. We have to be our own. We have to have the guts to stand out. And when we do that, people are not gonna like us. Some people are not gonna like us because it's just too many people. It's too wide a spectrum that would enable people to think alike. It's just not gonna happen. It would be a sucky goddamn world to live in. So you have to embrace this mindset that people will dislike you. People will hate you. Some people will. And when you instead see that as a sign that you are doing something good, and you can take that in and live with that, which is so hard. For me, that's one of the hardest things ever. When you can do that, then you really are ready to take it to the next level. My throat is so sore. Oh, I don't want to be sick. Don't want to be sick. So, 17 days in a row. What's my next inside tip? A quick one. Set the bar low. People say, hey Jekken, he asked how I have bettered myself. Well, I just told you. No, I didn't. I just told the first part of the video. So I can't repeat myself that much, but I can say that after doing all these rejection therapies, 17 days in a row, I now have the confidence to see the fears so clearly. I can tell you the experience I had from yesterday. I was walking home and I saw 3 very cute girls sitting at a restaurant by the street. A lot of people walking there, a lot of people sitting there. But I was just walking and I saw these 3 very cute, good-looking girls. You can find them in the link down there. And I stopped. I just initially stopped. My subconscious mind picked up on the fear, like, oh, that's a fear. That's a potential situation where you could throw yourself into and just have that interaction. Just try to connect, try to be flirty. And once that fear was realized, I was still standing there. It's like, can I do this? Can I not do this? Can I do this? Can I not do this? But since I have this this experience of doing it on a daily basis so close by heart, it was kind of easy to just, I can do this. I have to do this. I'm confident I'm gonna do this. It may take me 5 more seconds, but I'm gonna goddamn do this. I'm not sure on what I'm gonna say yet, but I'm gonna do this. So I just took up my phone because I wanted to record it. I started walking slowly. I got eye contact with one of the girls, and now it's like, yeah, now I really have to do this. And so I approached them, and I gave them my reasons. Here's my I can improve more on being more assertive in how I initiate the contact. But I approached them and I started telling them, or I asked them, hey girls, can you help me out here? And then we had a nice interaction. I filmed it. I talked to them for maybe 5-10 minutes, shared some laughters, and then I walked on. So I got more improvement work to do there. I didn't take any contact, and I kind of cowered out in where I could have made it lead. There were more potential to be extracted from that situation, but I'm focusing in on the good part as well. I freaking did the approach, and that boosted my confidence, and it made it easier for me to go out there and do it again. And I'm all about baby stepping it. To some extent, you also taught me that, yeah, just go out there and do it. So it's a balance for me. It's a balance. I'm not going to sit here and feel bad about not doing enough. I did something and it felt good, so I'm going to iterate on that and improve on that till next time. So that's my learning, some of the learnings from the week check-in. And you're asking me when I'm gonna get a tattoo. Well, I'm probably not gonna get a tattoo. If I get a tattoo, it's gonna be under my foot, my dog's footprint, because I want him to walk with me. My little brother is the one taking care of all the tattoos. Can't be a copycat in the family, you know. So my second conclusion, or my second tip for doing these rejection therapy challenges, which is from the book Rejection Proof by J.I. Young, which I've embraced that. Well, I'm using this technique. When I ask for something, if it's weird or whatever, people think it's weird. It's like, why should I help you out? But when you give your intentions, like, yeah, I'm on this daily quest on improving my social skills. I'm doing some personal development, or I'm just bored. I wanted to talk to you. Maybe that's weird, but that's just who I am. When I give my intention, instead of just, you want to do this, you want to do that, and not explain the reasons, the outcome is so much more better. That's like a whole chapter in the book, but that's my own experience from doing this. So give your reasons and be clear with them. I also have started to tell them, like, straight away, I'm filming this right now. I'm doing this for this sake. That being transparent with that intention also gives me the clarity. It gives me the focus, like I'm not hiding something, I'm not secretly taping this, I'm not some kind of fishy dude doing these weird things. So it gives me, what do you say, clarity within my own mind, taking that hat off. Like, I'm not the creepy guy, I'm just so confident in my intentions here, and I'm sharing those. So that has also helped me be more confident in these situations. So that's one of the tips. And Jack-in says, isn't rejection more individual thing? It really depends on one's sex market value a lot. So how one manually can work for different people. Are you asking if, like, the general tips is applicable at all, or if it's just for me, or I'm not entirely, I'm not, the 6 market value, I'm not getting that term. You have to explain that. But the first part, isn't rejection more individual thing? Of course it's individual. It's subjective. I take one rejection, I interpretate something to be a rejection if I interpretate it to be a rejection. Another person may not see that in that way at all. But I think you can put yourself on a different scale for where you're at. Maybe that's a weird answer, but what's considered as a rejection for me may to some extent be considered as a rejection for another person. And I think you can work on these skills, and I think when you just put yourself out there in different situations, you will improve on this. You will desensitize yourself to rejection. And then of course you can work on your individual things by yourself and identify which areas are the ones that you really need to work on. But I'm not quite sure what you're getting at. So clarify yourself. And while you do that, I'll get to my last tip. Ask with why and be open to renegotiate. The point here is that when you ask something, like was it Wednesday? I approached this girl, Lindsay. She was running. I was biking by her, and I did a U-turn, and after some mental pushing, approached her, and I started talking to her. And I wondered if she, after some conversation, I had the plan to, okay, and this is actually not true. I asked if she wanted to have a walk with me, and you know, just get to know each other, seeing that like an instant mini date. That happened. That was super fun. But if to take this tip I'm trying to take to surface here, if she had said no, if I like, you want to go have an ice cream, go on a date someday, if she would have said no at that point, I could have asked why. I could have just not caved in and like, okay, bye-bye, then I'm off. If I dare to stay in the uncomfortable place, dare to pick it apart, dare to talk to her, have a conversation about the whole no, then it can lead to new roads. Now I did this on my own instead. I asked if I could walk with her because my first intention was like, okay, I'm gonna ask her for a date. Maybe we can hook up later in the week. But I instead instantly asked, you mind if I walk with you for however long that will take? And we ended up walking and talking for 20 minutes. But if she would have said no, I could have asked why she didn't want to do that, because maybe it would have been so that, yeah, I'm gonna meet up with some friends in a bit, or maybe I'm going home. And then putting that new offer out there, yeah, is it alright if I just walk with you? And in other cases, when I asked if I could hug a lady, she said no, and I asked why, and she's like, I'm just not comfortable with hugging strangers. And that gave me a good explanation, and didn't make me take it personally. So that's just a good tips for how you can partially handle the whole situation, not make it get to you, but also make the outcome be something else that you initially intended, but may actually have been better. I so much more appreciate going on an instant walk date or whatever than trying to find the time later in the week, because then it's just a project. So be willing to renegotiate your initial outcome of what you wanted out of the thing you're doing. Okay, Jackin has answered. How can some rule apply for people with which are different by looks mostly? If you are 8 or 9, you don't really need a rejection rule book thing, but one is around 4 or 5, then yes. and totally different rules needed for 6 or 7. Drop some red pill, Alex. Okay, I see your point here. You are making this all about the looks, and well, I can't really speak for that. I have my experience from the way I look and how I am putting myself out there. But yet again, I can't. I mean, I have days when I look like shit. When I have my head, what do you say? I put up my hair in a knot, and I have my biking gear on. I have my helmet. I'm sweaty. I'm basically down to a 3-4 at tops, compared to good-looking Alex when I'm going out there in the evening, just being all prepared, just shining. I feel like an 8 or 9. Just, I'm good-looking today. I do play with that difference, and I do find that the outcome mostly matters to the energy I put into it. If I'm in a good state, if I'm putting out a good energy when I'm in the bike helmet outwear when I'm in that state, I sometimes do a whole lot much more better when I'm in the groomed perfect state, because here I may have this energy, and I think it comes down to not being nervous. A whole lot has to do with not transmitting these nervous emotions, insecurity, not being confident. And for me, I mean, I'm not some Harvard study, but my own experience tell me that it's internal, man. It's not how I look. And what I talk about also here, the rejection therapy challenges, it's not only about approaching girls. It's about talking to people in general, asking for weird shit. And in that context, these rules apply. At least that's my experience. And what else can I share? That's what I do here. You listen to a guy talking about his experiences, and I try to do my best to take my experiences and give them some general application. That's all I can do, at least for now. But you reply, you can't go down 3 or 4, I think. You are somewhat tall and have some thin body with muscles going and a decent hair. Not dark. Dark hair is apparently not decent. So it takes you down a bit for some people, but the rest is fine. Well, yes and no. I agree to disagree, and I don't think it plays that much of a difference. Of course it will, to some extent. I mean, if I would have like a huge sit, and like if I would shave my hair, going baldy, maybe I should prove you wrong with like really going out there looking like shit, trying to, I don't know, ugly clothes, maybe work up a new nice sit in the face. That's an intriguing thought. That might just happen. And then approaching like really super good looking girls and see if I can make like a date or something happen. That would be exciting. Jacqueline says, to some extent, yes. Keep the hair. By the way, can you sing or play an instrument? No, I can't. But I am a bit curious in learning the guitar. But so many projects, so I think that's gonna be down prioritized. I'm thinking you're saying this because it's a way to lure in the girls, because I think that's your approach to things. Is it? Why do you wonder? While I'm waiting to reply, I can tell you that this is the this is partially what the live stream was about. If you can't sing, then forget about the guitar. What do you think about lowering standards? I think lowering standards is good to some extent. For me, and first off, I don't know what you mean when you say lowering standards. But when I hear lowering standards, it's about lowering my goals. If I went out with the goal to talk to 10 people, and it's not my day, and I'm not able to like do shit, I have gone out there and I've lowered my goals, and I've told myself, okay, Alex, if you only do an approach, if you only do 3 approaches, if you only do something, I put up like a clear goal, and then I've done that, it has like transformed my initial mood from feeling like shit for not being able to reach that very high goal I set out, and then executing on that, perhaps getting some nice connections, perhaps talking to a nice girl, and even if that was just like 15% of my initial goal, that state, the outcome of the situation just boom made me feel great and boosted my confidence and my self-esteem. So in that context, I think lowering your goals is good, but I also think it's important to not have that too easily by heart, not to instantly like, okay, I'm gonna aim for less, I'm gonna aim for less, because it's an easy way out, but it's something that I think it's needed at some times. Jacken says, if you can go for below average, ladies, Asian girls would love you, by the way, from what I know. Jordan Pearson said to take lower aim because people cannot hit the high goals without getting the average goals first. What do you think about this? And I think this is kind of exactly what I was trying to say with my own words. I believe in that. I think the higher goal can put you in a direction for what you want to, but maybe the high goal was just a lot of times we just come up with ideas and like, I'm gonna earn $1 billion because it sounds nice. But when you really break it down, and when you really take a look at what that would require of you, and if that really is what you wanted, most of the time it isn't the case. It's like, yeah, maybe I just want to meet a nice person, have a great connecting moment, maybe hook up, and this person, which perhaps is so much more wonderful than this top model, if we speak about girls, and since this is your context, then just having this internal discussion with yourself, yeah, maybe that goal I put out wasn't what I really wanted. Maybe this is what really gives me value. And so I for sure believe in that. And speaking of Asian girls, I did live in Taiwan for 6 months, and I have some awesome friends from there, and I have to say it was quite the experience to walk around the streets of Taiwan, and lots of times girls came up and just wanted to take a photo with me. That doesn't happen here in Sweden, Stockholm, let me tell you that. I do miss Taiwan. Can you try to hook up with 5 and 6 and then go to 8 and 9? Tell your Tinder app game if you have any. Tell about your... Okay, so first off, I don't believe in like putting numbers to girls. That's not my thing. I don't know if you read what's the name of the book? Models by Mark Manson. And I think he has a great take on it. Either you're attractive to the person or not, and that's how I see it. And it was a while since I read the book now, and he explains this strategy with it basically breaks down why he doesn't see any value in putting numbers on them, and I really don't do that either. I'm not being that superficial to that extent. It's just perhaps it's a parameter to break down, but no, I don't care about that. If I find the girl attractive, and then I find the girl attractive. It's as easy as that. Because also talking about that part, being attracted to girls, if I'm talking to a girl, maybe in your book it's a 9 or 10. When I talk to her, maybe we're just not leveling at any point. That will take her down to a 4 or 3 for me. Now I'm speaking of numbers, but I don't like doing that. So it's also so subjective. A girl can be just so crazily good looking just by the way she is. Charismatic and funny, makes me laugh. And then she's all of a sudden like glowing like nothing else. So I'm no number game guy. That's my take on it. And you're asking me about the Tinder. Tell me about your Tinder game, if you have any. Let me tell you that. Tell you this, my Tinder game sucks. I start talking to girls on Tinder, like, oh, hi, how are you doing? We maybe connect, but then I just, I don't know if it's because I'm coward or if I'm so busy that I see it as a project to go and meet people. I think mostly it's because I'm a coward, and I don't know. But my Tinder game, it sucks. I match and I start talking with them, but then I just stop talking to them. So that's basically all I can say. But I am a bit intrigued to use it more, because I do find it to be a nice way to connect with people that I have common values and beliefs with in a quite easy way. Because what I've from experience learned going out there talking to girls is that it's so hard to meet one. If I talk to 100 girls, maybe 5 of them are leveling with me, or most of them are taken. That's like my number one conclusion from talking to girls here in Stockholm. I have a boyfriend. So yeah, that's what I can say about that. However, since I started my 5-week vacation today, I do have more time for these kind of things. So we'll just see what will happen there. Yeah. Okay, we're closing in on 40 minutes here. I know I want to hit on one last point. Awareness. Awareness is something that has made me do these things so much more. I'm losing it. Practicing awareness, like doing meditation, doing rejection, journaling, just sitting and thinking about I'm aware, doing like mini meditation sessions. If I'm just standing waiting, then I just close my eyes and try to meditate. When I bike for 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour when I get home, I try to do some meditation sessions. What it helps with, what it results in, is that I am able to, as I mentioned earlier, call out the fears, call out my self-criticizing talk, because this really is diminishing. It's really, it crushes my self-esteem and my social confidence when I talk shit to myself. But when I'm aware, I can pick up on these things. I can like, ooh, Alex, you just said you are bad. You just told yourself you're not confident. Why did you do that? You just told yourself that you're stupid. Why did you do that? So when you have this high level of awareness, when you start picking up on your own thoughts, you are ready to take it to the next step. You're ready to stop those shitty thoughts, to replace those things with better, more self-raising talk. Like, no, fuck that shit. I'm good at this. I'm confident. I can do this. I can do whatever. It's just a mindset, Alex. So practicing awareness, that's one of the key things that has changed my whole approach to this thing. And it also translates to the situation which I talked about earlier. I'm able to pick up on situations where an opportunity emerges. Okay, there are a girl there, I can talk to her. Back in the days, I would just like, yeah, it's a girl there, la 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 la, and I would just not let me go into that thought. It wouldn't let me define what I could do, how I could approach, how I could talk. But when I have increased my awareness, I'm more likely to do these kinds of things, because I'm just daring to stand in the thought, being present and seeing, outlining the fears, and then taking action on them. So work on your awareness, man. That's just the payoff. I think that's the number one thing you can do to grow yourself. Jacqueline says, maybe go to some other country where white dudes are of high value to the ladies. Have you thought about it? Probably it would be second world country, or Spain maybe, or Asia. If you have some cash, maybe Korea or Japan, to get some action. Actually, I am really looking. I'm planning out to go abroad for some extent. I want to I'm having this thought in mind that maybe I should take a year of work and just go travel and work on my production skills, my storytelling, and meet people. I want to live in Japan. I want to live in New York. That's not putting me in a high value state, but it's just something that's written on my bucket list. I want to live in some other Asian country. Brazil is also kind of a place that is curious to me, that I'm curious in. So this is part of what my 5-week vacation is going to be about. I'm going to start up my own production company, but I'm also going to have I'm going to work on my plan to go abroad. I am intrigued to experience life outside Sweden again. I've been home now for some time, and I've been living in the States. I've been living in Taiwan, as I said, and I've been living in Austria, but lately, it was years ago, and I need to go out there and live some again. So I don't know the details of it, but for sure things will happen. I need to do it. It's just something I need to do. So who knows what will happen? I think that will make for good content for the channel as whole as well. But I think that thought, I think that will finish this live stream off. One last question from Joaquin. What kind of service will your company provide? Will that, or what will it be about in general? It's actually going to start out as a small production company in video making. I'm actually doing 10 to 15% of my time as a mechanical engineer. I'm assigned to doing marketing stuff for my engineering firm that I'm assigned to. So I also have a bit of I have a bachelor's in business administration and marketing. So I've studied some of this craft, and I also have a new contact where he looks for a service of me creating these company movies for certain companies within a specific field. So I'm gonna be doing production in the sense of video for companies in different to different extent. This is still a work in progress, and the details of it is not clear. I'm still gonna be I'm gonna be working for the consultant firm I'm still assigned to. So this is like a side project, but I need to start it up to see where it's gonna go. And but it's aimed towards companies. at least as a starting point. But I also know that if I start something up, if I just get a company up and running, I know thoughts will be flowing, and we'll see where it will lead. But it really is something I need to do, and I'm super excited about it. Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm glad that it sounds good to you. I need the... Yeah, that sounds good. Anyways, Jack-in, thank you so much for joining me in this live stream. It was really nice having you. Love these dialogue sessions when we can do this together. I mean, it's a bit weird when I sit here doing live streams on my own. So just appreciate the questions and the company for sure. Now I'm gonna actually throw myself into this marketing stuff. I need to be writing an interview text at an interview with a guy yesterday. So that's what I'm about today. And then well, I got a long to-do list. With those words, I'm raising my teacup. I wish you a great weekend, and I will see you Sunday for the next video. Also, I'll be posting something today on my Instagram TV. Daily rejection therapy is coming up. See you in the next one. Bye, guys. And especially you, Jack-in. Thank you again. Ciao.